Alright, and now we've got to open up the chests next to the giant whirlpool without getting sucked into said giant whirlpool, which is sometimes more like easier said than done. Can we get a camera behind me here? Okay, that's good. And now just swim away from the whirlpool, Mario. We're going to hammer the button coming out of the star cutscene here. Beautiful. This is actually the second underwater world in the game out of 3. But we skipped the first one for now. We will be going back to it. This is a full 120-star run. Now we have to do red coins, which means we have to do yellow coins. And this level has fewer coins than any other level in the game. If you don't know this line of coins is here, you will never get 100 coins in this level. And the draw distance on yellow coins is ridiculous. Like, you can't see most of the yellow coins down there right now, even though there are a bunch of them. But I think there's 104 or 106 coins total in this entire map. So these treacherous ones in the current here, they're actually a little easier to grab than they would be otherwise, because the current drags you away from the wall. So if you don't get the coins on your first pass, what you can just do is let the current drag you in a little bit. One of these clams has a coin in it, I believe, that you can actually has a wider draw distance than the clam itself, which is hilarious. We got these coin rings. We'll get part of these now. Oh, there's a closer coin ring to the current too. We want to make sure we're pointed directly away from the current, so when we swim, we're always swimming directly away from it. Let it drag us back in a little bit as we make our way over to these ones. This is not a fun 100 coin star, let me just say that. Not the most fun 100 coin star in the game. We got a couple down here by this box. I think there's one more vertical line of them over here as well. Yeah, there it is, I just saw it. But yeah, kind of an evil level. No, Mario, I don't think so. Once your feet would like break the plane of that whirlpool, it's too late. If you get that close to the whirlpool, it's just like, doesn't matter how fast you hammer the button. And actually, you don't want to hammer the button while you're swimming. You swim farther and faster if you kind of know the button timing. And you have to account for the fact that Mario turns faster underwater than the camera does. So you're actually pointed in the direction where Mario's head is going. The camera lags a little behind. It's a little sluggish. Alright, I think 42 is good. There's a row of coins that I won't be getting in here unless I absolutely positively have to, because like I said, there's this submarine dock, and if you get sucked out of it, you're all the way back out at the start of the game outside of the castle. Which is not super fun, but there are yellow coins in this area. They're over against that wall there, and I've never gotten them. Like, you can't even see them, the draw distance is so bad, but I've never gotten them safely. However, there should be a row over here. There we go. Not a row, a circle. So there's 8 of them here. We'll circle around because I missed one. So I do have a love-hate relationship with these 100 coin stars. Some of them are really fun and interesting because you get to explore the big level. Some of them are just tedious, like this. This is a trend that continues throughout Mario Galaxy. It has purple coin stars. Some of which are like really fun and exciting, and some of which are kind of blah, 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 blah. Alright, so there's these ones here. And am I missing any? Because there's 16 red coins. So then there's 30 in blue coins. So that would bring us up to 85. Yeah, so we have exactly 100 coins if we go up right now. So what we need to do... we don't want to board Bowser's sub again. What we want to do is spin the camera around so we're behind this button. Did you notice the music subtly changes in this level? Whether Mario's in or out of the water? It's a neat little trick. Let's go pole vaulting for red coins. So, the way that poles work... Oh, I guess I should have stayed on that pole. No, it only comes out here. We gotta... If you climb up the pole like this, Mario always climbs in such a way that he faces away from the direction he'll jump. He'll always be on the back of the pole. So if you spin the camera, and usually in these pole sections, you do have free reign to spin the camera wherever you want. At least you do in this room, thankfully. As long as you hold up, you're always guaranteed he will jump straight into the distance here. So you just wait for the shadow to be above the platform, and that's how I learned through painstaking trial and error how to do these poles as a kid. Because I guarantee you I spent a lot of time actually getting this wrong, falling into the water repeatedly. Alright, so we need to make sure to get all 6 of these without falling. Which we did, no problem. Yeah, let's get the rest of our red coins, and then there's a couple more stars in this world. And then we outie. And as that jump demonstrates, it's very generous. Like, the hitboxes on actually grabbing these poles are incredibly generous. In later Mario games, at least in the Mario Galaxy games, what happens is if you grab a pole, the game only, when you kind of spin around it, the game only allows you like 4 angles to jump off from. Which is good because the level design usually only accounts for that anyway. Like, usually you're not getting really obscure with the angles you're jumping out at. And it affords greater control. Just gotta make this transfer correctly. I messed up my camera there, so I'm really glad that was lined up properly because my camera went all over the place. Oh, we're gonna fall right here. After we grab the 100 coin star. What? Okay. Mario just went on a magical journey. That's all that was, you know. He got a little bored being in the sky. He's like, you know, it'd be cool if I was standing on the bottom of the water. And then he's like, no, you know what would really be cool is if I was on top of the water swimming like normal. And then he's like, you know what would really be cool is if Brickroad had to do this part again because he grabbed the 100 coin star in midair. Hey, I'll take it. It's better than having to do this level an extra time. Because I botched the whirlpool or something silly. There are still more stars to go in this world, and unfortunately, most of the stars in this world are pretty finicky, as we'll see. But we're getting there. We are getting there. Through the jet stream. So there are actually 2 stars in the game called Through the Jet Stream. One in this level and one in the other water level that we'll do later. One saving grace that Dire Docks does have is that this might be one of the all-time great Mario tracks. As musically, I mean music tracks. The song is actually, I believe it's called Jolly Roger Bay, because that's the name of the other water level that we'll do later on. We are doing some of the courses out of order. There are course numbers. This is, I think, course number 9, even though it's only the 6th or 7th one we're doing. So, to get through the jet stream, what we have to do is, first of all, refill our health. We've got to swim down into this jet stream. through these rings to make the star appear, but we can't actually get the star because Mario can't swim fast enough against the current. We gotta go get a metal hat for that. Somebody's gonna leave a comment, yes, Brickroad, you can absolutely swim to get the star. Yeah, I know. With the perfect line, you can kind of swim down and glitch your way to it. But that deprives me of the joy of using the metal cap. And more to the point, it deprives you, the viewer, of watching me use the metal cap. And both of those things are undesirable to me. So how about we do it the proper way? That's not to say all the little speedrunning shortcuts in this game aren't really fun to watch. They definitely are. I feel like I say this a lot in my Let's Plays, but if you do go to watch a speedrun of this game, you will be highly entertained. Maybe I'm biased because I find speedruns highly entertaining, therefore everybody should find them highly entertaining. Maybe you don't find them highly entertaining, I don't know. Alright, so now we gotta swim through 5 more rings. This time coming off the Manta Ray's butt. And we've gotta do this. There's a time limit. They do expire, and if you miss one, even though graphically it looks like I'm going through them, you're not actually supposed to swim through the rings. You gotta swim through a little temporary point in the very center of the ring. And if you miss one, you start your count over. One of the more frustrating levels in Dire Docks, I do say. But if you know to aim for the center of the ring, it's usually not that bad. But man, I remember as a kid, I got really salty, I think, at this level, because, like, it looks like you go directly through the ring, like you break the plane of the ring and swim right through it, but you don't get credit for it because the hitbox is, just barely too small. It's like just wide enough that you could swim around the outer outskirts of part of the ring. And not actually touch the center hitbox that you get credit for. One last star in Dire Docks, and we can leave this miserable level. Which, as levels go, it's not really that it's miserable, it's kind of boring. It really feels like this level is almost an afterthought. Like, they had this cool idea, hey, let's have a place where Bowser parks his submarine. So we can have, like, a weird little introduction star to the second Bowser course. And then, like, you're expecting a water world, but it's a fire world, and it's this big... Like, that's alright, I guess. But then they had to build a course around it, and... I don't know, 2 big, mostly empty rooms that all you do is swim through. There's 2 other water levels... like water courses in the game, full water worlds, and they're both they both have a lot more going on than Dire Docks does. Hopefully I didn't screw that up. I did try to long jump to get out here faster, but hopefully we got enough time to get through here. The Vanish Cap does last a little longer than the Metal Cap, so we shouldn't have any trouble getting through the Vanish Wall. Nope, we got it. And then the Wing Cap lasts even longer than that. Guys, I am delighted to inform you that we are done with Dire Docks. And when we come back in the next video, we'll be going to a much more exciting level. Lakitu, what are you doing? What's the jittery here? What is with... You gotta...
Shoutouts to Super Scabot for sponsoring this video, and to everybody who makes my channel possible by supporting me on Patreon.